Good evening, folks. Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. The race for District 16. Good evening, folks. Happy Monday. It's Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, let's discuss the District 16 County Legislator. Shanae Williams announcing that she will be running against Chris Johnson. How will she do this time in the coming county race? Good evening, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Shanae Williams made the announcement that she's running for District 16 County Legislator. And I said that, right? I said that on the show a few podcasts ago. I said that I was hearing she would be running against Christopher Johnson, who currently sits in the seat there for District 16, which encompasses only Yonkers. So, you know, she's not going to go very far. She's not going to have to travel much, maybe a little bit north. But Chris Johnson currently sits in the seat. And that's going to be interesting. Two African Americans going at it. And I've been saying that I think that this is what they want. I know that they've wanted Chris Johnson out of that seat. And they actually, believe it or not, even asked me to run against him. And they told me why. They said that, you know, that district is becoming more Hispanic and white and less Black, less African American. The Northwest side and Southwest side has been predominantly for a while now anyway, Hispanic and Black. And the Northwest side, specifically Woodworth, Ravine, Warburton area, has been dominated by the Black residents here in the city of Yonkers. But that's starting to change. They're starting to knock down a lot of buildings, and other ones are being bought up and renovated, and the rents are going up. So a lot of Blacks here in the city of Yonkers are leaving that area. And that's why they're fixing Trevor Park. Let's just be honest. That's why they're fixing Trevor Park. And I've been saying this, I'm hearing that we might even be getting, might be seeing luxury townhomes over placed on the JFK Marina, right? That's what they're going to build there. We know Layla Gorin, and I've been speaking about that, the developer from the Gorin Group has purchased the power plant, but that's been up in limbo for how long now? I mean, what's going on there? I mean, they've thrown a bunch of ideas over there, but now they're renovating Trevor Park, and they're going to be putting tennis courts there. I mean, listen, I know people are going to go there. Somebody said, oh, people go to Andrus to play. I think that was Brandon Nider. He said they go to Andrus to the tennis courts there to play. And I said, I know, I'm not saying that no one is going to play, but who are the individuals who are going to play? And listen, I'm just being honest. I mean, right? I know we have Serena Williams, we have the Williams sisters and Arthur Ashe. I get it. Is that your name, right? I get it. But, really, where the baseball fields, when I was growing up, that's what we saw all over the place. And I played a lot of Little League and stuff, and we play baseball all the time. But they're moving a lot of that stuff out, and they're putting in tennis courts. So who do I expect to utilize that stuff, right? I'm just saying, come on. Right? So Shanae Williams is announced today. She was so excited about it, I'm sure, that she will be now running for County Legislator District 16. If you don't know, she ran last year for county clerk against Tim Idoni. She didn't win, but she definitely said, she learned a lot. She saw it as a positive thing. And so will she win this time in her, second attempt at a county position? Yonkers, New York, today, I am announcing my candidacy for Westchester County Legislator of District 16. 16th District. Today marks the day the residents of Yonkers 16th District County Legislative District can expect accountability, transparency. Let's remember these words. And above all else, action. That's a big one. From your county legislator. I am running for county government to ensure that we finally address issues that affect our everyday quality of life, such as homelessness, affordable housing, better youth support, and I'll talk on that in a second, actually, and safety nets and equitable access to county resources. My experience, history, and record on the city council, coupled with my dedication. And I've asked her to come on the show. I did. I hope she's like, fuck him. Well, hey, listen. It was coupled with my dedication to community has primed me to serve as the next county legislator. I have been a resident of the 16th district for over 24 years. I have spent 12 years as a county legislator. When she was first appointed by Mike Spano, and then she would go on to win, she actually took over Chris Johnson's county council seat, right? And I showed the video, and they were kind of transferring the seat over. 12 years working in city government with at least 6 years on the city council, creating policies and initiatives that impact the people of Yonkers. Okay, now, what's that? This is why I want you on the show, Shanae, because I want to talk to you. I will ask you that question. What policies are you talking about specifically? These include fighting for more affordable housing. Oh, my God. Providing funds for education, youth programs, and nonprofits, creating the homeless task force that led to solutions for this vulnerable population, allocating funds for our public servants to include servants, including police, fire, and public works employees, and having invested in the city's infrastructure while focusing on climate solutions. The county board is responsible for providing checks and balance to the executive branch to oversee and balance the county's budget and to set common sense policies that will serve all residents countywide. In addition, legislators are responsible for resolving issues such as public health, social services, affordable housing, public safety, and environmental challenges, and more. I believe in democracy and earning the vote of the people. I believe that any candidate who wants to make an impact as a leader must take their case to the people by sharing their views, their record, and an action plan for change. Through my record as a council member, I continue to produce results. As a leader who focuses on outcomes, I am optimistic that after a review of my record and ideas, the voters of the 16th district will vote for me as their next county legislator to bring the much needed change and a breath of fresh air to the county. You hear that, Chris? And Mr. Chris Johnson, do you hear that? County Legislator Chris Johnson. She says she's going to bring a much needed change and a fresher breath air. Really. So, folks, anyone can contest to Chris Johnson's performance over there in District 16. I'm not in his district. Listen, folks, they share pretty much a district, right? 16 encompasses District 1 on the city side, where Councilwoman Shanae Williams says she's done so much. She's talking about affordable housing, homelessness, and youth initiatives. And I want to talk about that. I'm not sure how many of you know, but there was a PTA meeting today. And in that PTA meeting, there were a lot of parents there. I didn't attend. I didn't know till last. But they were discussing the incident that happened on Friday at, Yonkers Middle School, the stabbing. Was it Friday? I believe. And, a lot of parents were concerned about this. One parent spoke up and said that her daughter had to witness that, right? And her daughter saw the blood. And now she's, feels she's traumatized. And that is a traumatic experience, even if she's not directly involved, right? You definitely have this ability to be traumatized by incidents that are occurring in front of you. Absolutely. And so she was concerned about that. And it's stressful for any parent, to have to be concerned with your child going to school and quite possibly being traumatized by witnessing a stabbing. She saw the kid's blood. She thought it was just a fight, she said, her daughter explained to her, until she saw all the blood and she knew that something bad had happened. And so she left on her own, but she said other kids stay there. She was saying, where was the people at, right? So she talks about youth initiatives and the stuff that she's done for the schools. But it seems like things have gotten worse and deteriorated. Homelessness, solutions, or I don't know what she said, she led this coalition or whatever for the homelessness. That has gotten out of hand, Shanae. There's people that are sleeping, homeless people that are sleeping in the luxury developments right now in your district, probably in your building right now. And so what have you really done? What has that initiative done? So when you speak of track record, Shanae, I don't know if you're going to fare so well there, but I would love to have you on the show because then you could correct me, right? That's the great thing about us having a conversation, which is why I have my office email you today. I emailed my office actually emailed Corazon as well, Shanae, Mayor of Mount Vernon, and Shatika Parker, actually. And we would like to have her on the show. You all ladies actually on the show. We would love to have you ladies on the show. There's a lot of women there, right? And so your track record, Shanae, I don't know. There's a lot of shootings in your district early on in the year. You know, a lot of shootings. You know, the downtown waterfront area has had its complaints of the debris, the garbage being left out there. You know, the hip hop videos that are being shot at the Apex. I mean, I heard Brenton Bullock allegedly stormed into your boyfriend's apartment and tore it up, and you didn't even do nothing about that. How can the people of District 16 rely on you to take care of anything? I'm just saying. All that would have took was a phone call to the police, right? Say, hey, Brenton Bullock destroyed my boyfriend's apartment. That's illegal. Just all you had to do was pick up the phone. One constituent in your district, Shanae, reached out to me because of the condition of their apartment. They reached out to you, no response. Is that what the people of District 16 going to expect if they were to vote for you? Are you going to respond to them? Do you only respond to certain people? That's the problem, folks. Identity politics. And then when it comes down to actually, you know, helping the people, your people out that you identify with, right? And supposedly by skin color, you don't do nothing. Shanae's being backed by the Spano machine. Definitely, most definitely. That means Zahi and Frank Jarris will run her campaign. They're the campaign geniuses, right? They're the masters at the identity politics. I mean, that's their whole strategy. Identity politics. That's why Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, when she won, she called him a genius. Frankie Jarris is a genius. And she said he was handsome. I'm going to post some pictures. You decide. Zahi, I'm going to run a campaign. That means they're going to have, you know, their posts. And I didn't put no picture. I didn't put the pictures up yet, but Frankie Jarris, they're already sharing this right here, announcing it, you know, spreading the word that she's running. So again, that's her campaign team, Precision Strategies. The mayors and the mayor and others will host fundraisers for her. You know, that's how they do it. You know, so it's a team. It's a team effort, right? It's the Republicrats. Remember from yesterday's episode, she's a Republicrat. Okay, not a Democrat. Let's not forget that, right? So they're going to hold fundraisers for her. They're going to get the developers to pump money into her because they're trying to gain control of the county now, right? They're creeping on up. They took the Republican Party. They got the Democratic Party in Yonkers. They got Yonkers on lock. Now we got to move on to the county because once Yonkers is done with the development, you got the whole county still left, man. Plenty of money, right? But we got to solidify it and find a way that we will be able to remove Mike Spano from that equation because he's done. Mike is done. You don't even want to run this next 4 years, right? So, and then, you know, if you're gonna, you know, again, so she's having her campaign managed by Frank and Zahi Jarris, Precision Strategies, the mayor. I'm sure he's going to be hosting fundraisers. I think he actually already has hosted a fundraiser for her. And if you plan on attending any of the fundraisers, make sure you reach out to Kim. Kim is the one that you contact. She's the one that collects all the money for all the fundraisers. It doesn't matter which candidate you are, right? Why is Kim always collecting the money? Kim, she's a tall blonde-haired lady, and she doesn't get along with Jamie Spano for whatever reason. They hate each other. I mean, really hate each other. That's bad. I mean, just throwing some little gossip in there, but it's true. I witnessed it. The Ruros guys, you know, the news, they get their news people, right? So this is all part of their strategy. The Ruroses and Brian Harris, Ruros will do the usual interviews, right? Which he's announced it, and he has announced it. He's going to be having Shanae Williams come on his show tomorrow, right? So she's going to go on there. And then, of course, they spread the word using Yonkers Voice, using their other news guys, Yonkers Newswire, Brian Harrod, and also Dell. Now, Dell joined the dark side, as somebody said. Yes, Dell, you joined the dark side. You sat in my office many, many times, agreeing to everything I said. Now you're again, and then you went over there because what was that? I wasn't giving you more money, Dell. You should have just asked me if you wanted more money. Is that what it was? Is that what it was? Right? Because then when you went over there and you stopped communicating and contacting me, you all of a sudden did this piece that Brian Harrod shared, and I got it. I'm going to share that soon too, about, you know, defending Tasha Diaz and about people like me talking about, come on, Dell. Don't let them use you, Del. Don't do that. See, I never use people. I felt bad for the guy. And so, yeah, so they're going to use their news guys to let them out. So listen, Shanae, I want to talk to you, Shanae, directly. Okay, right here. I'm going to tell you, when you do that interview tomorrow, I want to let you know that you will be sitting next to a man that pled guilty to a child sex crime and has also had, and this is in Yonkers police reports, child pornography in his computer, which he watched. And while it was supposed to be investigated, Shanae, it went away. Because I spoke to the police about this when Ruros called the police on me. I love how they call the police when they harass people all day long. Mind you, you're still harassing me. You're going to call the police on me, and then the next day you're going to be harassing me on your page. I don't get that, right, Brian? You're crazy. But Shanae, he had child pornography in his computer. When I spoke to the police, when Ruros called, and they wanted to hear what I had to say, I told them. And I said, you can go on my live. You can see everything that happened. Because he said I threatened him. You see how he lies? That's why I went on live. He said I threatened him. Go on my live. Not once did I threaten him. And so I said to the police, hey, if you find child porn, if someone has child pornography on their computer, right, what's the next step when the police get called? She said, well, an investigation is supposed to be done. Okay, right. And then, so why was there not an investigation done when Rui Ben Rose, who has a history of this, he pled guilty to child sex crimes before, had child pornography in his computer? Why did they not investigate to see how he got a hold of that? Where did it come from? And who was the child in the video? You know, that disgusting man told me it was a black guy. I don't know why he decided to tell me the guy and what skin color he was, but it was a little girl. He told me it was a black guy. This guy is sicko. All right. That's what he told me the other day. And so you need to understand this, Shanae, that is who you are engaging with on the day that you will be doing your interview. And so I want everyone in District 16 to understand, and God forbid there be any, sex crime victims, child sex crime victims living in Yonkers, in District 16 specifically, that should know this, right? And we'll have to see you talking about what you're going to do for them, sitting next to a sex crime or criminal or whatever, offender, okay? And there's people that have been impacted by his, problem that have not come out, but they're there. And that's a fact. Listen, I'm not telling you any lies. That's a fact, people. That's a fact, right? And then there are also the people that he pled guilty to, the family. And he likes to say, oh, but that was 30 years ago because it happened in 95. But you know what? To this day, that still bothers them. That still angers them. And it still hurts them. And I know because friends of theirs have told me so. That's right. Friends of that family have told me so recently. Okay, so Shanae, when you sit next to that guy who pled guilty to a child sex crime and had child pornography in his computer with a little girl, Shanae, and a black guy, people in District 16 should know that you are willingly doing so, because you guys know, okay? You guys know, and I don't think that that's okay at all, when there's sex crime victims, child sex crime victims out here in the city of Yonkers, and you're promoting that guy. You guys are paying him, you're funding him, and you're engaging with him. Where's your ethical, compass, your moral compass, your integrity? You want people in District 16 to vote for you. Chris Johnson's not going to do that anymore. Ain't that right, Chris Johnson? We don't support child sex crime offenders. Not at all. Okay? So just know that, Shanae. But if you do go on his show, Shanae, can you please ask him what exactly was it that he pled guilty to? Because he doesn't want to tell people. He pled guilty to it. He was arrested for fondling a 16-year-old child at his karate school, Shanae. You know this, Shanae. Okay? And then he pled guilty to it because he knew if he tried and fight it, he was going to be done. It would have been worse. So he took a lesser, charge so he could, get off easier. And then he has child pornography in his computer after that, Shanae. Ask him whatever became of that, Mr. Ruros. Can you please at least do that for us, Shanae? And don't stutter like you did when you wanted to ask Wilson Kimball a question about affordable housing, because you say you champion for affordable housing, yet you wouldn't confidently challenge the CEO of municipal housing, who's really working with the luxury developers to bring in more of those. Because you were asking her, as you were appointing her to the chair of the Zoning Board of Appeals, if she thought that there were too many luxury developments being brought up and not enough affordable ones. But it took you about maybe 10 minutes to get the question out, because you were like, do you think, let me see, I don't want to make this sound bad. You sounded scared, and you sounded like you are not an independent person. And so again, to the people of District 16, this is what you need to understand. I'm done with the nonsense in this politics in the city of Yonkers. We need to know the truth. We have to get these Republicrats out of our political system here, because that's who they are, right? So if you're really for the people, Shanae, then you're going to tell that man about himself, and you're going to ask him, what did you plead guilty to? Why did you follow that little girl at your karate school and plead guilty to it? Why did you have child pornography? And why was the charged or the investigation just went away? Why did it vanish? That's another systemic problem we have here in the city of Yonkers. Charges that some people get disappear. That's not going to happen for most of us. It's not just going to disappear. If I had child pornography for real in my computer, look what they're trying to do to me, accusing me of it, and it's not even real. Imagine if it was. So why didn't Ruros have the same, exposure to police investigation and scrutiny as people have done me, or not many, but their little agencies that they control have done to me, with no evidence, no nothing. He showed them the child porn. He showed it to the police. So this is a systemic problem that we have here in the city of Yonkers with equal justice, right? Where's the equal justice? And as a Black woman, you should be assuring that those who are looking like you, because you do play on that, you guys play on the identity politics, that they are receiving equal justice and equal employment. Many jobs have propped up in your district, Shanae, but not many, if any, have gone to people in Yonkers. I see a lot of Connecticut plates. I see a lot of New Jersey plates. But I don't see residents waking up from their apartments around here, or their homes, their houses around here, and driving to the downtown to work on those developments that have been going up. Maybe that one guy that Lionsgate hired to be security, but that's about it. And so how have you helped bring jobs to the people of your district and to the people of the city of Yonkers as a whole? And so these are questions that I would have for you that Ruros is not going to ask you, right? And that is why you guys go on his show, whether he's a pedophile or not. Because it really doesn't matter the character of the person that you truly have an interview with. It's about you benefiting from it. You need to make it look as nice as possible. That's why they don't come on my show, because I will ask them the real questions. And then people will see who they truly are. They say Freddie is the crazy one, but you're going on a show with a guy who pled guilty to a child sex crime and had child pornography for a fact. I got the police reports, and also have reports of him harassing other people, including Black women, Shanae, at their workplace. The Family Dollar. Or what about the Asian woman he harassed that works for Liberty Line? He pretended to be a cop, Shanae. He flashed a police plaque, a Yonkers police plaque, not once, but twice. He did it to the woman driving the bus when he blocked her from moving because he just thought he was a real cop and he could park his car in the lane and put his hazards on, then flashes a plaque at her. I got the police reports. Flashes a plaque at her to suggest he's a cop, and then goes into a store, making her wait 5 minutes before he comes back out and moves. Then he gets upset with her. He goes up to her window like he came up to mine, and he gets upset with her. And then he threatens to go to her supervisor, which he does. So he goes down to Sawmill and flashes the plaque at the security guard at the Beeline place. It's all in the police report, Shanae. Whatever became of that? So if the people of District 16 are going to vote for you, they need to know that you are truly an advocate and are going to hold people accountable. Equal justice, Shanae. Equal justice. That's all I'm asking for, Shanae. Especially for your people, right? Checks and balance, like voting to hand a stone cold racketeer of a mayor fourth consecutive term. That's why she voted for it. Because Shanae, hey, people of District 16, how about this? Shanae can't count. Why would you vote for her? She can't count. Why would you vote for her? She went into that meeting, right, for the term limit extension, not realizing that Mike Breen wasn't there and that they had the advantage. She only realized it after she voted to support it and then said, hold up, I changed my vote. No. You didn't realize that. So what kind of an elected official are you? The people cannot depend on you. And so therefore, I say re-elect Chris Johnson. Trying to get the blacks out. They're trying to get the blacks out. They'd rather have the Hispanics than the blacks. It's a fact. Got to support my people. My kids are half black. I love them. 2023 election. It looks like Jose Alvarado's re-election is going to be a cakewalk in the city of Yonkers. Westchester County Legislator Jose Alvarado to seek another term as Westchester County Legislator. So far, no names rumored for this seat in this election cycle. Yeah, these races go unchallenged. What's up with the Republican Party here? There's no Republicans left in Yonkers? They've all just moved over to the Democrats, right? The few that are here. Many known Republicans were supporting another fourth term and supporting Mike Spano. And there are others that are switched. For the latest inside political news, keep an eye on Delpham Husler, Yonkers Insider newspaper, because he specializes in the latest political comings and goings in the city of Hills. I'm sure. And so here, the real dividers, the real great dividers are the Republicrats, the family and friends. I call them the Republicrats. Brian Harrod, again, part of that machine. Election history. In the fairly recent past, Jose Alvarado has beaten Republican operative Philip Jalil, and Yonkers Democrat London Reyes. There's that name again, Philip. You guys check him out. Check him out. Google him, and if you will see that he has some connection, for whatever reason, to a 12-year-old boy that was found decomposing after he went missing from his delivery job at a grocery store on Linden in the early 80s. He's also tied to James Sertivo, the individual who was found guilty or pled guilty to sodomy after having sex with a 14-year-old boy he met on AOL chat lines. He currently is a consultant for Ginsburg. And so, Shanae, what up with that? So they're trying to divide. They're basically trying to shoot down any possible ideas that London Reyes may have or anyone else. In the fairly recent past, Jose Alvarado has beaten Republican operatives. Yeah, he's so great. Is he great? Because his constituents were complaining, including his own people, Mexicans. I spoke to them because, again, it doesn't matter if they're Mexican and I'm Puerto Rican. We can still communicate because we're Hispanics. So to my Hispanics, let's take a page from the Jews and see how they connect and unite. And let's do the same. They don't connect by which country they come from. They connect by their religion, Judaism. Let's connect by our language. Spanish, we are Hispanic. Let's unite. Latinos, Unidos, because they're trying to divide us. Jose Alvarado needs to step down as he is double dipping. Yeah, you keep saying that. He's double dipping. And listen, I get that. He is the commissioner or something like, what does he do at the Parks Department? Does he work for the city of Yonkers Parks Department as a county? He's a county legislator. He's getting, what, $80-some thousand a year. Then he also works for the Parks Department. And he makes another, what, 80, maybe 100,000. How much he makes there, Carolyn, you know? And so How do you do both jobs at the same time? Imagine that. Imagine you could be at one job, right? But you got a whole nother job that you're technically supposed to be at, but you're not there, but you're still collecting the salary. Isn't that something? City of Yonkers Parks Department, what he is doing is illegal. And so why has Liam McLaughlin not looked into that, the Republican, right? What has Jose Alvarado ever done for the city of Yonkers? He serenaded us with his beautiful voice. Facts, Westchester County has over 1 million residents and 25% of them are Hispanic. But Jose Alvarado is the only Latino, one of the 17-member county board of legislators. See, so they're trying to push the Hispanics. They're trying to get Chris Johnson now. I wouldn't be surprised if they run a Hispanic in that race also for District 16. Be careful, Shanae. And now here's Shanae Williams' aide. Deanna Robinson is going to be running for District 1. Shatika Parker is also going to be running for District 1 also. Now, I believe that the Spano machine is going to put someone else to run for District 1. I think that they're splitting the vote there by having Deanna Robinson run, or they're probably gassing her so they can split the vote because they don't want a black candidate there. I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's the truth. That's the truth. They'd rather get Shanae up out of there, get Chris Johnson out, kill two birds with one stone. They never liked Chris Johnson. That's the reason why they supported him up out of the city. Chris Johnson is the true supporter of the black people, folks, to the black residents here in the city of Yonkers. Don't let him down. Don't let him down. So, Shanae, you're being put on notice, right? That the man that you're going to have an interview with tomorrow has pled guilty to child sex crimes and had child pornography in his computer. So why are you sitting next to him and doing an interview with him and also funding him? Again, it's in the New York Times. He was arrested for fondling a 16-year-old girl at his karate school on Lake Avenue. He pled guilty so he wouldn't, blow trial, as they say. And then in 2018, he had child pornography in his computer. Whatever became of that investigation. So if you do go on, Shanae, can you at least ask him whatever became of that investigation? Whatever became of that? Did they ever identify who the child was? Because she's a victim. What was can we get an update? I just want an update. So Shanae, you're being put on notice. There are a lot of people who have suffered sexual crimes, were victims of sex crime, child abuse, molested, raped, fondled. It's a shame that you would do that as a woman. Seeing that many women have been, victimized by individuals like this guy that you will be sitting next to tomorrow doing that interview. And that goes for any other elected official. You have been put on notice. What does that say about your integrity? And why would anyone want to vote for someone who's willing and knowingly going to do an interview with somebody with a shady past like that? Why, Shanae? You don't want to talk real politics? Come on, basement politics. Made guys get no-show jobs since time. Yeah, well, I laugh at Andy Man. Andy Magic, you always got colorful descriptions for people and stuff. The wax, the quack, the quacks. The shrinks, the crooked shrinks. Breadsticks. Let's say, hey, breadsticks, what's up? Breadsticks. Don't let it get to your breadsticks. All right, you gotta ignore it, man. You gotta act like it don't bother you, breadsticks. Otherwise, they're gonna continue to bother you, breadsticks. It's a guy at the police department that they bother and joke when they call him breadsticks, and he hates it. Hates it. $86,663.51 is what Jose Alvarado makes as the director of recreation for the Parks Department. And he also makes another $80,000, and then he makes another $78,000. $78,462 as county legislator, and these guys don't do nothing. In fact, Jose Alvarado, no disrespect. And I never said you did cocaine. Jose Alvarado's wife came up to me at Zupa one time. She was mad. He said, Freddie Vasquez, did you say my husband did cocaine? And I was confused. I said, who's your husband? I was going to say a joke, but. And he said, Jose. I said, no, I never said that. I never said Jose. I said, Jose likes to sing, and he's got a great voice, and he likes to drink his Modelos. And that was a joke. But he does, he has to throw him back. People have said this. They said that they've had to go and get him from the, Park Hill Country Club over there at the bar. He would be going there during the day. I'm just saying, folks, do you not want to know this? Do your taxpayers, those salaries, $78,000, $86,000, that comes from taxpayer money. We the taxpayers, we paying their salary while you're waking your ass up every day, busting your ass, right? Struggling to pay your bills. These guys are chilling, drinking on the job. And Anthony DiMaggio could vouch for that. Jose Alvarado isn't the only one. He's mentioned it many times of a, sergeant that would be drinking on the job. In fact, he'd be in New Rochelle drinking. Was it New Rochelle? When he's supposed to be on the job here in Yonkers. This is our taxpayer money. And then they say we're broke. We don't have any money for the kids. Or do they? Because again, there was a PTA meeting today in regards to the stabbing. And a parent said, what are we doing for the kids? I said this also. If we had more genuine folks really involved, putting out their fresh ideas that they have, this may have been prevented because we have to engage the kids. We have to know what's going on. My wife has stopped many incidents from happening simply because she built relationships. They call it, money in the bank, right? You put money in the bank with kids, right? So when you're there for them and you do things and you build that relationship, you keep putting money in that bank, right? So when one day, something happens, you're going to cash out because they're going to tell you, you know what? I was going to kick so-and-so's ass, or I was going to stab so-and-so, but I came to talk to you first. See, I know that. Money in the bank with these kids, man. Money in the bank, right? Not real money from the taxpayers that they're putting in their bank accounts. That's what they think about money when I say money in the bank. It's not that. And so where are these programs? Where are the resources? But guess what, folks? You know what the police chief said? Because he was there at the meeting. He said, well, we actually have over 43 programs, youth programs, over 43 youth programs. Thank you very much, Freddie. You know why I say that? Because it validated me. It validated me. It validated what I've been saying. We need to have programs that produce results. I'm not dissing nobody, but the fact that we have 43 or over 43 youth programs here in the city, yet and still we feel like there's no programs, we feel like enough is not being done, means that they're not working. And stop giving the money to the same old, because those is your friends. And I'm going to be doing one big podcast. I'm putting it together and I'm going to show you who are the Republicrats. All the individuals in the Republicrats. Shanae's a part of it. Jose Alvarado is a part of the Republicrats. And these are individuals that are made up of Republicans and Democrats. They're the political elite, the political and social elite that dominate and have been dominating here in the Yonkers, some of them since the 80s. And they still have not let go. So you think to the Black and Hispanics folks that this racism thing isn't real? Yeah, there's some of them that's still thinking with that 80s mindset. Best believe. Why you think they let us look so ratchet? Well, thanks to Tasha Diaz. Have you seen her little speech that she gave at the Barack Obama naming of the school there? She really presented herself like this role model. Wait till I do my video edit where I show that, and then I show you the real Tasha, the one that's calling constituents beggars, Latina women beggars. Hey, Latinos, you need those. Did you guys put a press release out for that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Neither did the NAACP, and they were supposed to. But get back to Tasha. I'm going to also put up when she was cursing at constituents at a association meeting, or when she was, yelling at the housing vote with Shanae. You guys still yet to pass, but you call yourself a champion for affordable housing. You guys didn't get it passed. Remember that night? That's when Tasha Diaz said, let's get it popping. I believe she was talking to you, I think, that night too. And so that's Tasha Diaz, but she's presenting herself like this role model. And you too could be where I'm at one day. Well, hopefully, if they have a Zahi Jerris, maybe, but I'd rather them not. No, not like you. Definitely not. Cursing at people, cursing at your colleagues. You threatened to beat up John Rubo. You didn't say that nicely. And you threatened to beat up Corazon. And you've called her a bro B. Another woman, another minority woman at that. And I love how they talk about this minority woman thing. It's identity politics. Let's sell it to the people so everybody could comment on their page. Oh, that's dope. Congratulations. Oh, awesome. Young women are the shit. Y'all beautiful. Keep doing your thing. Power to the people. And they ain't doing nothing. Nothing. Because when you're getting kicked out of your apartment, right? When Section 8 not paying your rent, right? Or when the landlord not fixing nothing, right? Or when your rent's going up, right? Or when there's nothing for your kids, or when your IEP is not being worked out, right? Or your business is having issues, right? They're nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Call them up. I got mold in my apartment. The landlord won't fix it. Health issues. Beep. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep. Come on now. Stop it. Stop it. And here they go with their little stupid comments. Oh, excuse me. Let me just block these guys. Whenever I'm speaking truth, this is what they do. They start posting these stupid things. Look. See if I look at the stupid thing. My private photo on this site. This is what they do. This is what they do. Because, again, I am speaking about one of the Republicrats. It's the Democrats, the Republicans, the social elites. That's who they are. That's who they are, and they will do what the head of the social elite says. That is the almighty King Nick Spano that I almost met once, although I did shake his hand. He was glowing and floating in the room like Rick James. I couldn't believe it. Two jobs that are both during the day, yet he wants to be nasty to senior citizens, protect an abusive parks employee. Well, like I said, maybe, he had a Modelo or two. That makes you a little grumpy. You see, you got the mean face. You got the grump face. Tell me, Jose Arado don't got the grump face. Come on. Why does this guy's always grumpy? Look at him. Got the grump face. That picture, he was shocked that he won. He was very shocked that he won. Obama was the biggest POS that ever held office. Then he put his pervert cream between the black Oreo. Okay. Yeah. Should have read that one before I put it up. I don't know what that means. But yeah. So yeah, he didn't do a whole lot, but he did a lot for the LGBTQ community. Barack Obama, did more for the LGBTQ community than any other group in this country. That's a fact, folks. That's a fact. Anyway, folks, Shanae Williams is not the only one that's running or has run or will be running for District 16 or has her eye on District 16. Christopher Johnson isn't the only one that represented District 16 or had his eye at one point for District 16. Carmen Gomez, the Latina gatekeeper, she also ran for District 16. Obviously was not successful, but she did, and there she is with current Police Commissioner Christopher Sapienza. However, this is back in 2017. Again, proving my point about the Republicrats. These people have been involved in our government, taking up the tax money any which way they can for many, many, many years. Many years. Where's the money? It's in all their pockets. It's going to their galas and their proclamations and awards that they give each other. This is what I mean. I couldn't even accept one of those things. I'd be like, okay, what did I do really? This isn't a Grammy. Right? It's not an Oscar. I didn't do nothing really. What are you doing? What are you giving me for? I don't understand it, but they love it. They love it. A huge thanks to you, our gracious host, Dr. Amir Rabadi at Zuptas. And again, I'm going to be putting together my podcast on the Republicrats. I'm going to show you exactly who they are. They do not change. Only the year changes. Look, they even still go to the same place, Zupa. That's Grace Barani, who I don't know if she's still working for DPW, but she had a $53,000 a year no-show job at DPW, allegedly, folks. Nobody knew who she was there when I went to go find out. Yeah, it's right. A $53,000 a year no-show job. She was also the vice president of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the same Hispanic Chamber of Commerce that Carmen Gomez Goldberg founded and did nothing for me or her favorite professor ever, because my wife was a professor at a college professor. She is, and Carmen Gomez appeared in her class once. That's right. And she, from then on, called her the best professor she ever had. But when her best professor she ever had business wasn't doing too well with the building department, no one came to the rescue. But Grace Barani says that the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce helps businesses like when they have issues with the building department. That's exactly what she said. Really? Fuck out of here. Carmen Gomez Goldberg for county legislator in the 16th district, hosted by former Mount Vernon mayor and former county legislator Clint Young, Diane LaVista, and Jose Ramon, who once ran for District 2 and then disappeared. I don't know whatever happened to him. Thursday, October, this is old. It's from 2017, but I want to show you. She once ran for District 16. Must be a popular district. Elect Carmen Gomez Goldberg, endorsed by Bernice Breckman. Can you not help the seniors over there, Carmen? Hey, Carolyn, did you call Carmen up, see if she could help? I mean, she was endorsed by Bernice Breckman herself. She has no pull at the center there? No? Lots of cultural pride, yet they are all more than happy to be subservient to the Italian-Polish crime family from Park Hill Avenue. And you're speaking of the Hispanic community, and you're speaking of the Hispano. Listen, we do have cultural pride, but our cultures are not that much different. I mean, to some extent, there is some differences, but we speak Spanish, right? But it's the same as, say, a Jewish person from, Germany, a Jewish person from Russia, Jewish person from America, right? They're going to always still bond, and they're going to, above anyone else, they're going to stick together because they're Jewish. So we need to do the same because we're Hispanics. So let's, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pump up some real unity here among my people, because we can do so much change. 43% of this city is Hispanic, but they keep us divided, utilizing gatekeepers or self-professed gatekeepers like Carmen Gomez Goldberg, which I don't understand. Carmen, don't you take pride in helping your people and bringing them up, as many as you can? Not, using them as leverage, and people get upset, like Alexandra Bessie that you've been, showing around, and I hear she may become judge, but I don't know. Is it going to go to Beltran? Now you got the Latinos fighting for these positions. That's what they're doing to us right now, man. They're promising all the little Latinos that could do something, especially if they don't join my movement, different little things, and they're going to have them so busy, hoping that they're the one that's chosen by the great Nick Spano and the Spano families, that they're going to completely X me out and X out the movement that could have created real change. And that disappoints me. That's what I'm talking about. We have an opportunity here, Carmen. We have an opportunity here, Lorraine. And you guys are going to give it to them, hand it to them. And that bothers me. Marisol, ×2, that bothers me. We're going to hand it over to them. Roberto, Robert, Alfonso. That's not me. That's just not who I am. I just don't do that, man. And we have an opportunity here. So to the people of City Yonkers, especially the Hispanic folks, we have a major opportunity here. And these individuals are keeping us from attaining that. Again, we have a skin in the game. 61 or more % of the students in the Yonkers public schools are Hispanic. The 3 individuals involved in that incident on Friday were Hispanic. So they want to utilize Hispanics now and put them in positions so they can manipulate us. And they're giving it to them. They're handing it to them. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of waiting around. I'm tired of hoping that they give me crumbs. There's so much inequality in the way that they shell out these jobs here in the city of Yonkers. $100,000 jobs. Then you give them to a few Latinos and they turn on you. They turn on the rest. They don't champion for them when they get there. They turn on us when they get there. That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me. I'm always going to be that way. I'm an independent guy. Yeah, folks. So that's the Latina gatekeeper, man. We had an opportunity here, Carmen. Real opportunity here, Carmen. You know, I always been that type, man. Listen, I learn. I get it. Stay low, chill, learn. But once you learn, it's time to step up and move up, right? I didn't stay employed by somebody forever. I learned, and then I became my own boss. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the goal for everybody. And that's the goal for us as a people. And I'm ashamed. Some people say, oh, we're not ready. What do you mean we're not ready? What do you mean we're not ready? That's an insult to me. I'm Freddie, and I'm always ready. So, folks, that's my podcast for the day. Oh, shoot, 51 minutes. To my Latino people, I'm just encouraging you guys, if you're not registered, to register to vote. Let's come out and vote. Send me your emails, politicwithfred@gmail.com. I'll send you guys information. We have an opportunity here, Hispanics. But there's a few of the elite Latinos, right, that probably talk crap about me that are giving it to them. Look what the blacks did. Look what the black leaders did. They sold out the blacks. We got to prevent that from happening, my Latinos. We're 43%. We can make some noise if you're ready to do this. Email me, politicwithfred@gmail.com. Thank you, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Nah, because I love you, man. I'm going to fight for you. Listen, I'm going to fight to the end.
Freddie wins.
I'm going to fight all the way to the end for my people, for everybody in the city of Yonkers, those that don't get the perks, that don't have everybody in their family working for the city because they didn't hold up a sign that said 4 more years. Or wear a shirt that said 4 more years, right, Erwin? Why'd your wife do that to me, man? She messed up and put your dog under. Yo, unbelievable. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Shout out to the DPW guys that said they support me. I support you guys too. Don't get it mistaken. Make no mistake, DPW guys. I support you guys too. Any change will not mean change for you guys. It'll mean better stuff for you guys. Especially the ones that have been getting shut out. They sent you to the shrink, you're coming back in. You got fired for no reason, you're getting rehired. Join the movement. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. It's time for change. It's up to us to come out and vote. We have a huge opportunity here. Let us not waste it.
Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez. You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
In another one, Mr. Rubo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
I want to end this quick because I'm greedy and I want somebody to butter chicken. So thank you. I want to end this quick because I'm greedy and I want somebody to butter chicken. So thank you.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Thank you for watching Basement Politics with my husband, Freddie Vasquez.
Freddie wins.
Thank you for watching Basement Politics with my husband, Freddie Vasquez.
Freddie wins.
Thank you for watching Basement Politics with my husband, Freddie Vasquez.
Freddie wins. Fatality. Freddie
No! Thank you, folks. Have a beautiful and blessed night. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Again, make sure you email me, politicwithfred@gmail.com. Send me the information. As long as you're going to be honest with me, I'll be honest with you. But if you're going to play me or try to leverage me or utilize my show for your own agenda, don't even reach out to me.
Freddie wins.